From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The name's Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. I don't know why, but you are.
What's going on, nerds, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We are doing a little bit of a patriotic episode for the day. It is 2000's The Patriot with Mel Gibson, Jason Isaacs, Heath Ledger, Tom Wilkinson, and yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie that I got to actually watch the extended version for the first time today. I forgot there was
an extended version.
It's an extra like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like seamless. You can't even tell.
Yeah, I will say that if you don't get to watch the extended version, don't beat yourself up over it. It's not make or break.
I mean, it does add a lot of story beats. It adds a little more to some of the action scenes. It is significantly a little more, bloody.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is it's not like Lord of the Rings where it adds a significant amount to the story. If you don't watch the extended version, you're missing some, but you're not missing like enough.
Hello, Ryan. How art thou? I know this is one of your favorite movies that you've probably watched an ungodly amount of times. Kind of told me earlier that it's one of his favorite movies, and because it's one of his favorite movies, it's now his wife's one of her least favorite movies. Apparently Ryan ruins movies.
I'm so sorry for your wife, Ryan. Meanwhile, I have the opposite problem of some of my favorite movies my husband ruins for me.
Because some of your scary movies he won't watch?
No. Oh, no. His favorite thing right now is, as everybody knows, I love Jurassic Park. I love the Jurassic Park series.
Oh, don't start singing it.
So I get into a cleaning fit. I turn on Jurassic Park. My husband will walk up the stairs specifically to sing the song and then run away. So now the song's in my head and I can't get it out.
Nope.
So my husband ruins movies for me. Yeah, there's words to it, and he ruins movies for me.
Well, let's get down into some of the funny business for this movie. It's 165 minutes, just under 3 hours for the extended version. It was released June 30th, 2000. This movie was also made for $110 million and brought home $215.3 million. So it did make some money. I'm kind of surprised it didn't do better, in all honesty. Going back and watching it and how much of kind of a masterpiece Roland Emmerich kind of brought to the table with Robert Rodat's screenplay, basically. Mm-hmm. The acting in this movie is absolutely phenomenal across the board. It is by far nobody puts on a bad performance outside of maybe the bitchy little kid that kind of gets shot in the back.
This is my favorite performance from Heath Ledger.
Wow, okay.
If that tells you about the acting. like at all. He is great in The Dark Knight, but this is my favorite Heath Ledger movie.
I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong in chat, please also correct me if I'm wrong. You can't even use the Joker because that's a different character. This is definitely a Heath Ledger person playing a role, doing it very well. The Joker is just something completely different. It is him acting, don't get me wrong, as the Joker and everything in the Batman movie, in The Dark Knight. But I don't know if you can compare the two. Because
I think he was in.
one, he goes back in time. The other, he becomes this dastardly, disgusting villain. But yeah.
Okay, so Heath Ledger is also in Brokeback Mountain. So if you want to go there, I'm going to make a comparison for Brokeback Mountain. I like him better in The Patriot over Brokeback Mountain. There you go.
Okay. This is one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies.
This is one of the few that I watch, which is saying something because I like Mel Gibson as an actor, and I will phrase it that way.
The same way you like the Harry Potter movies, but you kind of distance yourself from J.K. Rowling and her views.
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, yes, I understand that she's still getting money from the Harry Potter franchise, but as far as I'm concerned, she does not exist. She's her viewpoints do not take away from what I love and grew up with for the Harry Potter series.
But I'm guessing it's like the same aspect because you have Mel Gibson, you have Lethal Weapon, you have Braveheart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot he was in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, so he's a good actor. I'm not gonna say he's a great actor. I'm not gonna say he's like, I have to watch all of his films kind of actor, but him as an actor, great, love him. 9 times out of 10, that's how you can get me into the movie theaters. Go, oh, Mel Gibson is in this movie, and I'm like, cool, let's go watch that because I want to see what he does. Jason Isaacs, who everyone will know as Lucius Malfoy,
or General Zhao.
Chef's kiss, love him in his role in this movie. It's just I can't put into words what kind of actor he is for this one, because if you look at him as Lucius Malfoy and then you look at him as this role, and you're like, are you sure they're not the same person? Just one's a little bit more violent than the other.
Sorry, I'm reading.
AJ's reading and thinking, and I'm just doing all the talking at this point. So everything that's coming to the front of my head is just coming out of my mouth.
So Ryan put something in the chat, and I just wanted to do a little more research on it. He says this movie was against Mission Impossible 2 and Gone in 60 Seconds, and the movie stayed in theaters back in the day. So they had long stints in the theaters.
Yes.
I typed in the day that this movie came out. Yes. And The Patriot started off at number 2. With an opening weekend of right around 16.183 million. Right above it is The Perfect Storm. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was right. Okay. Then third is Me, Myself, and Irene. 4 is The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Holy crap. 4, Big Mama's House. 6 is Gone in 60 Seconds. And then 7 is Mission Impossible. That's just the day The Patriot came out, or the weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So the weekend it came out. I did not watch The Patriot in theaters. I watched it at home.
Neither did I. I watched
when
it on
came on the TV.
TNT, TNN, TBS, whatever it was. But I've only seen the TV edits of this movie up until basically today.
I somewhere have the DVD of it because I got annoyed that I couldn't find it and I was in a mood. I had to watch it. So it's somewhere. I have a copy of it somewhere. And it's amazing. And I never, as a kid, you don't realize it until you get like the DVD or the VHS home. You don't realize how many edits are done to a movie. Um, so it's just, I mean, you put a Star Wars movie on TV and I could tell you exactly where they edited something out, but I grew up watching it on VHS.
Yeah.
So huge difference. The Patriot, I didn't see in movie theaters. I only saw it on the TV at first. And I'm like, whoa, like, because they cut things out. And then you watch it on TV and you're like, that was important. Why did they cut that out? So I wonder about their editing decisions. But I do miss, since you brought up the movie theaters, I do miss when movies were in theaters for longer than a month.
Yes.
Which with COVID, they started to lose money by having them in longer than a month. So I get it. It doesn't make me any less sad because one of my favorite things to do was to not just go opening weekend for some of the movies, but I would wait until just before it left theaters, so I'd have like an almost empty theater to watch the movie again. And this is where I will be a bad movie goer because depending on who was in the movie theater with me, there was a conversation going on about the movie while the movie was going.
So let's actually now talk about the movie, because I know we kind of gave our bullet points of, you know, who's in it, where it aired, and all that beautiful stuff. What did you actually think of the Benjamin Martin character?
I am a huge American Revolution nut.
Because he's basically a pacifist, doesn't want to return to the life that he had.
No. And that was true for a lot of people in that time. It wasn't until the war directly affected them that they got involved.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we end up seeing here, where they torch the house and kill his son. That's when the game changes. And I liked watching how the character, just in the first half hour, changes his complete mindset. And now, okay, how are we going to get to this? How are we going to get to that?
Well, I think it's also interesting, and growing up, we all saw that, we as kids, we would deviate from what our parents' opinions were. We still had their philosophies, we still, believed in their beliefs, but we had our own opinions and our own way of doing something. Or we would completely change and, well, I don't think my parents are completely right about this, or we need to do something about this. I think it's interesting to see that happens in this movie with Heath Ledger's character.
Yes.
Where he was like, we need to take action. This is not going away. We need to do something.
Yeah. And I love how he basically steps up, and him and his son basically build this small militia that grows throughout the movie. I know they get help from Chris Cooper's character, which I'm trying to find the name of his character in.
Oh, they'll give me a minute because I'm looking up something else. Oh, okay. That's who I thought it was.
But no, I just... Ryan goes, Benjamin Martin is the Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Colonel Harry Burwell is Chris Cooper.
Yes. And they fought back in the, I'm guessing, British and Indian War? Something like that, because they were mentioning it.
French and Indian War.
Yeah. But I love how it showcases Mel Gibson's Benjamin Martin character throughout the whole movie. But yet we do have these side quests, basically, of what else is going on at the same time. Like, you get the love story with Heath Ledger's character and Jolie Richardson's character, French and Indian. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Susie already corrected me, though. So you get that. You get the other side, the British side, between Jason Isaacs and Tom Wilkinson's character, Cornwallis. You're getting everything, but for the most part, it stays with the protagonist.
So, yeah,
and I think it does it well, because you're not getting oversaturated with Mel Gibson because of everything.
One of the things that they do really, really well in this is they combine factual Revolutionary War, what we know and trust to be accurate for facts for history, and they combine it with a new character that does not actually exist in history. This makes it a great work of historical fiction that they are able to do that. And I think that's part of
why
when
it's done right, it's beautiful.
Yeah, when it's done right, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I have a couple that I've read that are historical fiction that are just they're on their own pieces of works of art.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that because Cornwallis is a real like a real person in the Revolutionary War. So it's so cool to see that come to life, and the interaction with a character that doesn't exist. But you can imagine this actually happening in that time period.
Yeah, you actually believe everything you're seeing as truth.
Yeah. And for me, and this is what sparked my interest in the American Revolution, is this movie, because I wanted to know, did this really, was some of this true? Not just General Cornwallis, but there being factions buried in the woods causing supply issues, causing chaos for the British militia or the British military. That to me was more fascinating and more interesting than just watching the movie. It got me interested in history. The same way Hamilton did for A New Generation.
So another thing that I really, really enjoyed is the wittiness of a lot of our characters on how to accomplish a task without having to end with bloodshed.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite parts in this movie was Mel Gibson's character. His crew has been captured and he wants them back. I have 19 of your men, bunch of captains, couple lieutenants, and somebody that just told me chip chip cheerio.
Oh, wait, also he has the dogs.
He does have yes, for about 30 seconds. And they basically parlay. He comes under a white flag and they settle things. Everybody's happy.
The dogs stay.
But yeah, like I said, about 30 seconds. Until
he whistles, and then there they come.
And they've been duped. And this moment is where Cornwallis gives Jason Isaacs' character the go ahead to, by any means necessary, put this guy's head on a pike. So basically, not saying he did it, basically he just killed that whole village that helped him out.
Mm-hmm.
Because now go after everybody. And that whole church scene, it's rough. Your whole town just
It's not the fact that the whole town got burnt down in the church for me. It's that Heath Ledger's character is newly married. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's what killed me. It wasn't all the parishioners being locked into the church. It was knowing that she was pregnant and a newlywed.
And it starts the downward spiral with Gabriel, Heath Ledger's
Yeah.
character.
Mm-hmm.
Because revenge is a bitch.
Yeah.
And while he almost kills Jason Isaacs' character, he doesn't. He does wound him, and does slow him down for later in the movie for when his father gets a crack at it. But
the difference, and this is like the big difference, and one of the takeaways from the movie, is that revenge is great. Revenge is very, very sweet. But to go at revenge in a fit of anger,
yeah, you're not thinking
does
clearly.
not work.
You're 100% not going to be thinking clearly, and it shows.
Because you see Benjamin Martin, like, he's calm, he's reserved, he is gonna get his revenge, but he goes about it in a tactical way.
But I also think it's the wisdom of being an old guy. He's because they even talked about how he was back in the day and how brutal he was, and he kind of grew out of that. But his son doesn't get that opportunity to because of what happens, and he loses another son, and it basically gives Mel Gibson, Benjamin Martin's character, he's done, doesn't want to lose any more kids, and then he sees the flag on his horse, and that's one hell of a goosebumps scene when he's coming through the field, and you just slowly see the flag come over, and they're all cheering, and at that moment, it's game on. You knew where this was going.
I think the ending fight is my favorite, but also one of my favorite scenes, and is the escape from Charlotte's house, because his kids were all at Charlotte's.
Yep.
And to see them not only escape, but escape with the help, is just amazing. And he sent
2 of them just got shot. 2 of them did get shot. The help.
Yeah, but none of his kids.
No.
They were able to get the kids out in enough time. And Gabriel was in charge of that. Gabriel got them to safety, while Benjamin led them away. And I think that's such a pivotal moment, is he knew his kids were in danger.
Yep. And his daughter, who didn't want to speak with him, never wanted to see him again.
Susan.
And then when he has to go back to war, it's I don't want you to go, just tell me what to do. And I'm just,
I'll talk, I'll do anything. I'll talk, Daddy. And her name, Susan.
Yeah, I figured you would remember that. Ryan in the chat goes, young and wild will lose to the old and calm every time. And that's kind of what we saw. But go back to your final fight and how is that your favorite? I'm kind of curious if we have the same wavelength on this.
I don't know. Once in a while we deviate. For me, it's the bittersweet father revenge. It's seeing Jason Isaacs, Colonel William Tavington, get off his almighty pedestal.
Well, he kind of got shoved off of it. The horse kind of took
But also, and Ryan's gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of the final fights in American history. It is one of the largest, but it is one of the last. And
well, for the Revolutionary War, yes.
For the Revolutionary War.
Probably.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. It might be one of the final ones there. But I know months later they do go up north to meet up with General George Washington.
So, yeah. But it's amazing to see. You see General Cornwallis surrender. You see Tavington get knocked off his pedestal. It is such a piece of masterful brilliance. How they use the camera effects to their advantage. They use the landscape that they're on to demonstrate, how hard it is to fight on stuff on that kind of ground. I don't know. To me, it was just a work of art, and
it felt like a gigantic one shot, even though it wasn't.
Exactly, yeah.
And you kind of, in a way, become immersed into that whole fight scene, and it's not just Gibson and Isaacs, it's everybody else around them, and you're just watching it play out. I think this was the most gory part too. I still see the cannonball going right through and bowling for legs.
Oh, okay. This was the Battle of Cowpens.
Okay.
So it is based on a factual battle. Because then the British run back to Yorktown, which is where the French meet up with the Americans, and the British go down.
Well, some of the French show up in this. That's who I would assume they retreat to. And I love the fake out where they only think that there's that many militia, and they all retreat, and then they go back over the hill, and then there's so many of them, and the fight is on. Susie, when you think of this movie, what is the first thing that pops into your mind? And Ryan, I know you're watching, so give it to me too.
The original American flag.
Betsy Ross, baby.
The original American flag. The one that Gabriel spent so much time sewing back together.
And that's the one he flies when he's meeting back up with the troops.
Yeah. That flag and the metal soldiers stick with you through the whole movie.
And they're there for the whole movie.
Yes.
They keep reminding you of everything that he loses. It was his sons.
It was his sons, and the final fight, the Battle of Cowpens, is when he uses the last of the metal soldiers.
Yep.
And it's...
There's so much going on in this movie. That something that happens at the beginning, you find out what happens with it later in the movie. It's not this. It feels like this movie, everything that happens is done for a purpose and not just for the scene.
It feels like they're telling a story. They're inviting you into their world. More so than what was the one movie that you and I watched recently that they were telling a story, but we didn't feel like we were invited into the story. We felt more like we were outsiders.
Was it a movie theater trip?
Maybe. I'll think of it at the weirdest moment. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and go, "Oh, it's that movie." But Brenda, this one.
What did we go to Plainville to see? You're gonna make me have to.
We saw Jurassic in Plainville.
Was it that one?
Jurassic a little bit, but I've gotten used to movies where they're, I'm gonna go with Venom, Let There Be Carnage for right now. For what point I'm making. the action in The Patriot was so monotone that, like, it was a good pace, you could follow along, you weren't getting sleepy. It and yeah, it changed a little bit in the pacing, but, like, it was one level. You weren't, like, highs and lows and, "Oh my god, can we get past this?" Um, so we were invited into the story, and we're living it with them,
Okay.
versus, like, Let There Be Carnage, where it was so slow and you're just like, "Can we get to the good part? Can we just skip? Can we hit the skip button?" Am I making sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading.
In case you're interested, raiding is a dangerous occupation. I would know.
Especially for me.
I have a library to prove it.
So, The Patriot, 9 wins and 23 nominations.
Ooh.
So it did bank. Academy Awards, best cinematography, best music, overall score, and best sound. Those were all nominees, so they were put up for it. American Society of Cinematographers, it won in 2001. Blockbuster Entertainment Awards, 2001 winner, favorite male actor in a drama, Mel Gibson. 2001 nominee, favorite villain, Jason Isaacs, and 2001 favorite male newcomer, Heath Ledger. And then the BMI Film and TV Awards, John Williams wins for his soundtrack of the movie. Ryan once again put, the movie for me just explains what the American way is to become outnumbered and outclassed, but they find a way to conquer. He also says, you went through all the emotions through this movie, and you do. There are some chuckles in this movie. There are some intense moments in this movie.
Hold on, Ryan. We are watching The Patriot, not Hamilton. Keep the verses out of the chat. Just in case you didn't know.
But yeah, this movie did a lot when it came out in 2001, and it's such a good movie. You like you, Susie, have your opinions about the actors. It's still a well directed, well acted, well written, and it looks gorgeous and sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, and I think that's partially why there are some actors that I don't support their beliefs. But I have found that sometimes they're the best fit for the role that they are being cast. And I will support the movie for that reason. So it's not that I'm trying to support a specific actor, but it's also why I do try to separate a little bit, because that whole industry would suffer.
Yeah.
If we didn't.
But overall, great movie. Watch it. It's a long one. It's almost 3 hours, and right up to that 3 hour mark it goes. No post-credit scene. This was well before post-credit scene.
Were you expecting a post-credit scene?
No. But okay. I was watching the movie with Ryan and Nate earlier, and it's every movie now that we watch, I'll literally click through the credits just to see. I was like, there's nothing, right? No. Yeah, okay.
We've been spoiled.
All right. Well, I'm good here. Watch the movie. It's worth the watch. Even if you rent it for like $4.
Yeah. Definitely worth the watch. I'd highly recommend it. Changing gears just slightly. We promised everybody a poll last week.
I forgot.
So there will be a poll posted probably Saturday. Give AJ and I half a shot to actually post it.
Sure, yeah. A lot of stuff happened last week.
There was a lot. So But we'll post a poll on Saturday.
I made a crap ton of sauce on Saturday. We had baby Paxton's dedication on Sunday.
Yeah.
145
and
jars.
We'll figure out what exactly scary movies we want to watch this year. And of course
Well, I know a certain somebody in the chat definitely wants to be a part of it.
Somebody in the chat involved, absolutely. And see how high I can make AJ jump without waking a baby.
Which I love you, Ryan. I love you. But whenever we do watch-alongs, it's over Discord, and that means I'm by myself in a room.
Well, any scary movie, we're in spooky movie season, so any scary movie, I'm gonna be there, so you'll have a buddy.
Yeah, and you'll just...
Actually, I'll probably have kidnapped the baby, so I won't be able to.
I'm so happy the new formula is working for him.
Plus
he still has his moments where he gets loud.
I didn't ask you for your opinion. Thank you for sharing it. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt? I interrupted sleepy time.
He was sleeping?
He was stretching. He was very cozy.
Oh.
And I applauded because it's good that Paxton's belly is all happy and everything. And
he still has his moments where he's screaming at the top of his lungs, and then out of nowhere he'll just...
Yep.
I don't know why I was doing that.
Gotta love babies.
Or he could be dead asleep, like completely just... Then a half a second later... And then I'm sitting there, just minding my own business. I swear, he doesn't sit up, obviously. But I swear the way he screams, he is sitting like he's gonna fly.
They do, I call them ab crunchies.
Yeah.
Because they do like ab crunchies and they're like almost sitting up because of how tight they're doing their abs.
But he's almost plus 2. No, he is plus 2 pounds since he was born.
That's good.
That's good. They're very happy. Yeah, they're very happy with everything. I'm
very happy that baby Paxton is doing very well. Our newest nerd.
Sleeping though for us isn't great still, but apparently that'll come with time.
That'll come with time. Don't worry, it'll get better. Yeah, unless you're me and your daughter sent you an anxiety attack at 10 o'clock at night because you can't find her head.
We've been. That sounds like a story that we probably shouldn't have on air. But no, Jessica and I are killing it. With the help of Carol and with the help of Jake, obviously. We've been taking shifts. Like, I'll go upstairs at like 11 o'clock. I'll send her to bed till like 4 or 5, and then we'll switch. Or I'll sleep then till 8 or so. So it's not the required sleep, but at least it's something.
Something. I'm just here for moral support.
All right, everybody, hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Next week, Susie, what do we got? I put you on the spot.
I think we're doing Now You See Me. I don't know because I don't have it open. You are probably going to get it open faster than I will.
Yeah, I already have it.
I was unprepared.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, apparently I have Aquaman 2 there.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Aquaman 2 or do we want to do Now You See Me?
How about we do this? Because I know Ryan will like it.
I can see you typing, but I can't see what you're typing.
Really? What about now?
Yes. 100%. With another Goofy movie.
Yeah, so Susie brought it up because it's the 30-year anniversary, and I don't think we've done it.
Well, I don't think we've done it either.
I know we've talked about it and putting it in lists and everything.
Well, what made me think about it is my mom and I are members of D23, and she got her box. And in the box is stuff for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. So there's a little plaque, and then there's this really huge book. But as I'm sitting there and I'm opening the stuff from D23 and I'm looking at it, they have a magnet from the Goofy movie.
Hmm.
And I went, oh my God, I don't think we've done that. And it's their anniversary. We should totally do that. So that's where that stemmed from.
Well, next week we'll have some fun with the Goofy movie. Going back to having some Disney fun around on the channel. And then the Extremely Goofy movie.
Yes.
I think that's what it's called.
There's only two. Yeah, there's the Goofy movie and there's an Extremely Goofy movie.
Yeah. And then we'll start our Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Ryan, in all caps, I am in. Exclamation point, 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 exclamation point.
I like when Ryan joins us.
I mean, I do too, but I also hate it because I'm the speed bag, and you guys are just taking a whole show with shots.
I haven't done any shots at you yet today.
Let's close this up before you actually think of one. All right. Bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye.